up? I got Naskin here with me. This ain't a diss song, but yeah, you know what it is. I'm a cheesehead, y'all niggas cheese whiz. Pittsburgh Steelers, that's nothing. That Super Bowl ring, that's nothing. Pull up in your town when you.
No, not really. I thought it actually provided some relief for all our guys, probably for you guys too, standing out over there on that track.
What have been your early impressions of Deshaun Kaiser?
I think with Deshaun, it's something that he's still, like I've said before, he still is a young quarterback, so there's a lot of growth in front of him. I think it's just more or less, operating and developing a process that's consistent. So that's a big area of emphasis for him.
How do you evaluate when it is raining like it was today? Whether you're going inside?
You guys call that rain? Come on, that wasn't rain. That was a drizzle.
Is there a standard, or how do you evaluate whether to bring it inside or to keep it out?
Well, last time I checked, this is football, and I'm sure we're going to play in some elements up here in Green Bay. So, yeah, unless it's going to be a situation that's going to put our guys at risk, we're going to be outside. Or if it's like lightning or something like that, we will be outside.
Going back to the quarterback, you had Wilkins with some team reps that I don't think he had any yesterday. Just how difficult is it to get four guys as much work as you probably would like them to get?
Oh yeah, that's a constant challenge. That's the design behind some of the two-spot drills that we're doing, just to develop, your younger guys and see what they can do, because there's nothing that's more difficult for those guys that have to get limited reps and then they're playing a bunch in the preseason. So, we need to make sure that they're growing and so they know what to do when they go out there.
When you split, are the play calls the same, so you evaluate the film the same way from each?
Absolutely. It's great.
I hope that's not yours.
No, that's not mine. I don't think I have too much. I don't even lock my doors here, so. Oh, that's all right. But my car's behind the gate, so I'll be in good shape. But can you repeat that question?
You're running the same snaps.
Yeah, absolutely. So it's the same script from an offensive perspective, but it's great because the defense changes their calls, so you get to see the same concept run against different coverages and how it plays out.
There was the last team session where a couple of times it took a while to get the guys to the line of scrimmage at the last few snaps, I think it was. You're changing personnel groups a lot too. Mm-hmm. So are you happy with the way the guys are computing that stuff? I mean, you're throwing a lot at them.
Yeah, so the majority of that practice is all scripted. So our guys have a chance to preview the scripts. And then today was the first time, I think since the last mini camp, where we had an unscripted period. And so there was some mental gymnastics going on out there, and it certainly slowed us down. And especially with the younger guys, I got to be mindful of that and some of the things that we're calling to not put them in that situation. Because, when you go into a game, there is a plan, and there's nothing, rarely do you ever call something outside of the plan. But it is a little bit of a test to see where our guys are at. And, right now, especially with the young guys, there's room for improvement, no doubt about it.
What's the job description for the tight ends in your offense, or is it different, whether it's maybe Jimmy versus Mercedes Lewis?
Yeah, I think personally, I think you need to be well-rounded. We want guys that are equally as effective in the run and the pass. Now that's kind of trending the other way in the National Football League these days. But we're going to ask our guys to do both, just like we're going to ask our receivers to block in the run game as well.
Like I think we saw Jimmy block on that jet sweep to Trevor.
Yeah, that was awesome.
Yeah,
well,
something you didn't know we could do.
No, I know. You go back and study Jimmy from his days in Seattle. Even they asked him to do some inline stuff, and he did a pretty decent job. I don't think we'll get a true test of where we're at until we start getting the pads on, and then we get into some of those game situations.
I was going to say, you've spoken a lot this offseason about the foundation of your offense being that zone running scheme, getting run game going. How anxious are you to get the pads on?
I can't wait.
Start
You know,
doing
it's
that work?
yeah. I think that's when you get a real evaluation, and it's hard to get a bunch of movement. And I will say this: our guys, we always talk about being a good teammate, and we never want to put our guys in, you know, a proximizing situation where we're going to get people on the ground or hurt. So it's really tough to really bang and lean on, lean on them within the trenches.
Do you know much about Corey Grant coming up?
You know, other than the fact that Nathaniel Hackett had him at Jacksonville, and I know he's really fast. So, he seems like a great guy, and I'm anxious to get a chance to see him develop.
Is that someone that Brian just identified, or did Nathaniel have something like that? Or?
No, that's definitely somebody that Goody had his eye on, and then we used Hackett to help recruit him here because he had some other teams interested in him.
Matt, what is it about Geronimo and how he fits in this offense?
Yeah, I think just when you especially look at last season, he was on a heck of a pace to have a really good year, and I love the way Gmo goes about his business, and I think he's got some versatility because you look at his size, that is more traditional of an outside receiver, but I think he's got the short area quickness where we can put him inside and use him in the slot.
Trend in the NFL is going away from the double-purpose tight end, if you will. Fullbacks are a trend in the NFL and going away a little bit. But in your offense, it seems to be fullback friendly. Why is that?
I think it's just the way we use those guys. You know, we want to have some semblance of a two-back running game, and I think I'm happy with both those guys so far and what they bring, not only in the run game, but both of those guys can catch out of the backfield, which is a huge bonus, especially when a lot of times the fullback in our offense will insert and then he's the flat control, and they will catch a decent amount of balls.
What do you like best about what you've seen out there these first 2 days?
I'll be honest. There's a lot of things I like, but more than anything else, I feel like our team's coming together. I felt that in OTAs. Like I said before, you never truly know what you are until you go through some adversity. So it'll be cool, not cool, but it'll be interesting to see how we respond to that. But I think the guys are coming together. I like how their approach, and we've got a great group of guys. I've said it from day one. Just the character on this football team is pretty incredible, and it makes it fun to come to work each and every day.
Is there a moment this week where you get up in front of the whole team and address them? And as now the head coach with the schedules and the playbook, but as the motivator or something to glue to close the team together? Because you have a team meeting, or how do you accomplish that?
Yeah, it's every day. I mean, we have a team meeting every day, and we're always trying to, give a message and then recap the day and then, give them the schedule so they know what to do the following day. So I think that's just a constant, ongoing process.
What do you think of the situation with the players at St. Norbert and the leading facilities you got here in terms of running a camp?
Yeah, I will say the only thing that's a little bit different, I guess, with just some of the logistical things with where the locker room is in terms of having to travel across the street, to this facility. But other than that, I mean, the facilities here are incredible. They're top notch, and I'll be honest with you, I haven't made it over to St. Norbert's yet. But we have a coach and then Doug Collins that does a bed check every night, and I think that gives the guys an opportunity to really bond and come together as a team when you're confined to those close quarters.
I just love my team. Yeah, that's the team with them big G's on the helmet.